Hey everybody, we'll get started shortly. Give it another minute, and then we'll let Richard take over. All right. Okay, it's 11 o'clock. Hello everybody. Welcome to today's webinar, Marathon Lead Generation for Investors, with MAPS coach Richard Schulman. Please note this webinar is being recorded, and you will automatically receive the webinar recording via email afterwards. If you have questions for your coach, please type them into the questions box located in your webinar taskbar. Following the webinar, if you have any questions about today's call or coaching programs, please email us at fasttrack@kw.com. That's all for me. Richard, take it away.
Thank you, Rachel. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, depending on when you're listening or where you are. This is Richard Schulman, your MAPS coach. I am here at headquarters today in Austin, Texas. Very excited. And I'm here to talk about my passion project, my long-term interest, which is investment properties. As you may know, some of you may have taken, I have a marathon lead generation class for regular stuff. It's not sequential to this, so you can take it or not take it, and you could have taken it already. It's not needed to have taken it for the investment class. I've had a long-term fascination and appreciation with investment properties, and I've worked with MAPS for quite a while to build this class. So this is a new class, and the idea of this class is twofold. The first is that we're going to teach you how to understand investment properties, and the second is that we're going to teach you how to sell investment properties to your clients. Now, I'm here in Austin for the Gary Keller Mastermind Group. It's a mastermind of the top few hundred agent teams in the company, and it was a big topic of conversation is how do you increase your revenue and your profit, right? It's important. We need to be profitable to be in business. And one of the ways to do that is to increase your conversion. What I mean by that is if you sell someone a house or a condo or whatever you sell them, you can also sell them an investment property. We know that almost everyone wants to own investment properties. What we're not doing is helping our clients understand how they can buy them, right? Most people think that an investment property is inaccessible to them, but the reality is a good number of our clients are financially able to and motivated to buy investment properties, and it's our job to sell it to them. Now, yeah, that way you take one lead who does one deal with you, and you turn into 2 deals or 3 deals, and I've had a lot of clients do 10 deals with me. The profitability, the success rate on that is a lot higher. You build a lot better client engagement. You build a lot of referral base from that, and it's your job. So let's talk about how we're going to do that. A little background on me. I'm a big KW fan. I've been around for 12 years. My quick story is that I started off not really caring too much about the training, not really thinking about all that stuff. I did like the cap. I was here for the cap. And I slowly got into the training. Went to a family reunion, went to a mega camp. Fast forward 9 years later, I've been to 9 family reunions in a row. I've been to almost all the mega camps. I've been a MAPS coach for a few years, which is a great honor for me. I've taken just about every class that MAPS has to offer, KW has to offer. And every time I take these classes, I learn and grow. I get a little bit better every time. And that's the goal, right? If we get a little bit better every day, we're going to be in a really different place in 3, 6, 9, 12 months. There's a few stats about me. I actually just crested $800 million in lifetime sales, about 15 people on the team, got a big profit share. As far as investment properties, I run 2 investment funds at the same time that I am running my sales business. I have brokered hundreds of investment properties. And for this class, I actually went through my client roster, and I found that I've turned 8 of my clients into net worth millionaires by the properties that I encourage them to buy and help them buy. Not everyone wants to buy a rental property. They don't say it out loud because they don't know what's possible. And if you help to explain to them and show them what's possible, you can make them a lot of money. I made one of my good friends several $1 million buying rental properties, someone who would have never done that without me showing him what I had done before. Of those 8, 2 of those were team members, which I'm, of course, really proud of, and I'm hoping to get more of my team members to that status as well. That's the goal, right? There's me with Gary at Mega Camp last year. We talked a little bit about investment properties and prospecting. There's a great video, at least in my opinion, on KW Connect. Just look up Richard Schulman Mega Camp. Mark and Ann up there too, quite good. Let's talk about what we do as agents. Now this got real serious all of a sudden, right? What is our ethical mandate as agents? Think about it. Our job is to safeguard the finances of our clients as far as the real estate goes, right? Our job is to protect their most important financial asset, their real estate. Now, because it's their most important, and in most cases, it's the vast, vast majority of their actual wealth, our job is actually all encompassing of most of their wealth of our clients is our responsibility, right? Finding them the right home at the right price or selling their home for the top dollar has an enormous determinant factor on their long-term wealth, right? Now, because of that, I believe that we should be selling our clients investment properties. I believe that we're not asking the right questions of our clients and we're not showing them the way. And this class will allow you to connect with your clients on a deep level about investment properties. It may even allow you yourself to buy investment properties too, right? If you are on a team, you are responsible for your team member's success as well, right? So our job, our obligation is deep, and we need to be focused on that result for our clients. It is absolutely imperative. So what do we do? What do we do there? What's the plan? What's the next step? Well, obviously, we know that buying real estate is the answer, right? That was an easy one. That's the title of the class. We all figured that out. What we want to do is we want our clients to be buying investment real estate because we know it's the best vehicle for long-term wealth. Now, on the other side of things, how can we increase our sales without growing our client base? What a concept. If I told you you could grow your business 25% without getting any new clients, you'd be pretty excited. By the way, if you're running a small business, right, that's all profit, right? You don't have to do any more advertising. You don't have to generally hire any more staff, maybe a little bit. You don't have to buy any more leads. You don't have to knock any more doors. It's the clients you already have. I learned this in 2008. Obviously, if you remember then, we had a big real estate recession. And all I did was sell foreclosed homes to investor buyers. And eventually the regular end user buyers got in there too. My partner, Peter, and I sold hundreds of homes over those few years to buyers. And then I spent the rest of my career working with those people, selling them more investment properties or then listing and selling those properties for them, right? When you sell someone a property that does well financially, they are committed to you as a realtor. Now, what I learned then was something I'm going to teach you is I did an email blast to everyone in my database called Foreclosures of the Week. If you send out an email blast, and I'm going to show you step by step how to do it, to your database, not just your investor clients, everyone in your database, your parents, your kids, your brother, your clients, everyone you know, your whole database, and saying, here's a great investment opportunity. We'll teach you how to find one. You will get a lot of response. They may not buy the property. 2008, everyone I sold out, everyone I emailed out, I at least wrote an offer on. Right? It's a lot easier then. I get that. There's still a lot of investment value out there. You just need to go find it and show it to your clients. If you send that out to 1,000 people in your database, you're going to get 20 people to respond. They may not buy that one, but they're going to raise their hand and say, I'm interested, right? That's 20 new leads out of your existing database, right? Now, here's the information about the webinar. We'll have some more content, don't worry. But if you're just blown away by it so far and you want to sign up, go for it. Now, in the webinar, we're going to be going through everything I talk about start to finish. It's everything you need to know on how to manage, own, and broker rental properties and evaluate. I'm sorry. Now, who's our buyer? Like I mentioned, everyone. Everyone wants to buy an investment property. Show me one person who does not want to buy an investment property. They may not be able to afford it. That's okay. But everyone wants to buy one. So we start with a real wide net. And we just need to find people who are financially capable of buying an investment property that makes sense for them. Here's a good script for you. Write this down. I'll give you a second. Write it down. I have a really interesting investment property. Do you have time to discuss it now? Well, geez, if they say no, I mean, what else? There's no other script you need. They're not a motivated, capable buyer. No big deal. Call the next one. They say yes, you've got a meeting. It's a real easy script, right? We're not doing it. We're doing a million things. We're not doing the basics that get us paid. If they say no, you just ask them, who else you know that might be thinking about an investment property? What a great ask for a referral. I've got a really interesting thing of value. Who do you know who can help me with that? I'm not calling saying, do you want to sell your house? I'm not bugging them about something. I'm just giving them incredible value. You will get great engagement from your clients. You give them incredible value. Write that script down. I guarantee you, you call today, you call 20 people with that script. You need an investment property, right? You're going to get some meetings. There's no way you will not get meetings doing this. Now, why else do I love investment properties? Now, if you haven't sold investment property, maybe you have, a lot of them are tenant occupied, so you're not doing a lot of showings. if you coach your clients the way I'm going to show you how to do it, you do a lot of what I call a blind offer. You guys may have a different term in your state for it, but a blind offer is the idea that here's a property, here are the numbers. It makes sense for you at this price. Let's write an offer. So I have a friend right now, and I'm writing offers for him, and he was in Europe, and we wrote an offer. I said, here's the property. It meets your criteria, and here's what I think it's worth. Let's write an offer. He says, great. I have another client. I just send the DocuSign to him. I don't even ask him or tell him. I said, I DocuSign you an offer. That makes sense. I know his criteria. I know what he likes, and I made him a lot of money, and he trusts me, right? I personally love that there's no emotional attachment. As a realtor, I never enjoyed the intangibles, right? When your client's house doesn't feel right, the yard's not just right, everything on paper looks good, it's just not the right house for me. There's no emotional attachment, right? It's very easy to find things to look for. It's a business, right? What I like about it, it's streamlined. It is a business. How are we going to market these? Well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put together a mass email, and we're going to let people know that you're an investment broker, because that way they're going to start thinking about you for real estate investment. By the way, this allows you to be in front of your clients in a really productive, valuable way that's going to reinforce the fact that you're the real estate expert, right? You are showing them that you're the real estate expert. We're going to call our database. What a great soft touch for your database. Now, soft touch, like I said, is a valuable call to your database. If you call your database and say you want to sell your house, that is not a soft touch. That's a hard sales call. It's not what you should be doing. If you call your database and say, I've got an incredible opportunity for it, it's a nice soft touch, they want those calls, right? Similar call, by the way, would be something like, it's summertime. You might want to get your AC service. I have an AC vendor that's doing a deal for me, right? That's a nice soft touch. Rates are low. You can call your whole database and say, hey, rates are low. Do you refinance? I got 4 people to refinance in the last month by making that call. That's a very nice soft touch. It reminds people that you are the realtor of choice for them, right? It's everything Gary talks about. Value, 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 value. Build a moat around your database. Everything you need to do all these things we do. Now, if you're a little more tech sophisticated, we do mass text. You can text your database. You can text everyone. You can start tagging people in your database as investors. And when you tag them as an investor, you can send those investors more. Because when someone's an investor, they don't have a limit on solicitations, right? Your friend that's kind of interested in rental property doesn't want to hear from you once a week about it. But your investor clients will look at every email you send them. You can send them 2 emails a day. As long as they're legitimate properties, they'll look at them, right? I'm a real estate investor. I get 20 emails a day with properties, and I look at them. I look at all of them, right? I want to know what's going on in the market, and I want to see if there's something there I can make money off of. Now, here's a breakdown of the class. And I want to go over this just so you guys really understand, because for a lot of you, this is a whole new thing, and I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. It's a lot of stuff. We have a lot of material to cover. And we're going to spend a pretty good while doing it, right? We're going to first talk about how investment properties operate. What is it like to buy a duplex? What's it like to find a tenant? How do you manage a tenant, right? How do you lease the property out? How do you set up systems to scale your business, right? From there, and this is for you to do it and for you to teach your clients to do it. Because if your clients have a good experience owning and operating their rentals, then they're going to come back to you to buy more. If they have a bad experience, they're not going to buy more. Right before this, about an hour ago, I had a 20-minute call with a client of mine who just leased her house out, her rental property out, and I was just walking her through how do you manage a tenant? How do you deal with a tenant? How do you set up systems to make sure everything goes well? Because if that situation goes well for her, then I know in 6 months or a year, she'll come back and buy another property, right? The repeat business on this is very high. And I'm at a very high price point, which makes it hard. I'm here in Austin talking to a lot of people doing $200,000 price point, $180,000 price point at dinner last night. If those are your multifamily prices, it's a lot easier to sell a lot of these properties, right? We're talking in Los Angeles right now, $300,000-$400,000 per apartment unit minimum, right? That's a lot of money cash to come up with. That's hard to sell a lot of those to people. We talk about evaluating them, right? You need to be an expert at evaluating income-producing properties because you need to be able to look at a property and very quickly identify if it's a good deal for you or your clients so that you can put together a thorough analysis and presentation, right? What we're going to be doing is searching for properties every day. We're going to be preparing presentations on them, a cash flow analysis, a general analysis. Why should you buy this property? Well, this property is near this school. It's near a hospital with jobs next to the freeway off-ramp, and that's good for people commuting into town, whatever it might be in your neighborhood, in your area. What are the highlights? How much money will this make me? How do we evaluate that? How do we show people that in a thorough, competent email? So we'll do all that. We'd cover all the brokerage parts of it. It's a little bit different business, right? Then the key thing, we really want to put this on top of your existing business, right? Now, when you do this long enough like me, I start getting a lot of business coming to me, people looking for an investment broker, which is real nice. My core business is residential homes for people to live in, right? 75% of my business is home you're going to live in or home you sold that you used to live in. Now, the key thing I want to do here is I want to teach you how to layer on top of that. But the long term is that if you've become a successful investment broker, people will seek you out for investment brokerage, which is nice. That's more business for you. We do all the scripts and marketing. So if you've taken Marathon Lead Gen before, the non-investment one, the regular one, we do all the scripts and marketing stuff. We're going to create all the scripts and marketing for you for how to do this, right? What are the calls you're going to be like? What are your meetings like? What are the marketing materials like? And we do a fair bit of advanced stuff because what we want you to do is want you to show people a vision of what's possible for them, right? We want you to show them a vision of this is how you're going to pay for college for your kids by buying these rental properties. You know, this is your retirement account right here. You buy these 3 properties, and when you're retired, this is the kind of money you're going to be getting in your pocket every month. So I'm doing an investment property seminar on Sunday. If you're in Los Angeles area, you're welcome to come. But we're going to be casting a vision for 52 or 53 in this morning investor clients. You know, the first thing I want to talk about is what are you going to do with this money? What's the goal? What's the vision of what can you do with this money? What you find out is that you can generally pay for college buying something like a $250,000 property and paying it off. If you bought something when your child was born, just the natural amortization will generally pretty much pay for college by the time you are ready to sell it in 18 years. That's pretty powerful, right? If you're working with clients in their 20s, 30s, 40s, buying 3 or 4 rental properties will usually produce more income for them in retirement down the line than Social Security or pension money, right? There's a lot that we need to think about long term. Rental properties can secure your financial future and your client's financial future. And that's really powerful. And if you do that for people, they're your clients for life. And if you do that for people, they're going to refer you to other people, right? I'll tell you something. One thing people like talking about, at least people I know, they like talking about the rental properties, right? The ones who have them talk about them all the time. There's the information on the webinar. It's ongoing. We have monthly webinars. We have a lot of recorded materials, your homework. We have a lot of printed material for you to review. It's a thorough process. We're going to take you start to finish through the process. We're going to get you selling investment properties very quickly. If you have any questions, let me open up the question box. If you guys have any questions, I not cover anything that you want to know about. All right, I think I've covered everything. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out and let me know. And I look forward to seeing you on the webinar. We have a really incredible product. I'm really proud of it, and I'd love to see you on there. Thanks, guys, so much for your time, and I will talk to you soon.